We are back with Zach Williams for another edition of Cooking with Zach.
What's up?
Last time you made chicken piccata in the studio.
Yeah.
Today we're outside on the grill.
So we're gonna do some steaks. We're gonna do a mushroom risotto and some grilled asparagus. And first thing we need to do is get this risotto going. So the first thing you want to do is put a little olive oil in there, and I also will use some butter for that.
Now, are you a little generous with the butter?
I'm very generous. I'm putting a half a stick in there right now.
I grew up in the South, so we use butter on everything.
So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna melt that butter down. Onions in there, about a cup of onions, chopped. Cup of mushrooms.
Now, you genuinely love cooking, man.
I do, man.
If you had to compare it to singing, what would you like better?
Man, it's different. I come home from being on the road and cook.
You hit the kitchen, like,
I
for
do.
real?
We really do. Like, my family, my kids like to cook, so they, we'll hit the grocery store pretty much as soon as I get home, and it's kind of therapeutic for us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let that saute down. When that starts kind of sauteing up, we'll put the garlic in last because you don't want your garlic to burn up. It gets really bitter. Hit that with a little, just drizzle some olive oil over that.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yeah, man, you got it.
All right.
So just drizzle a little over there.
Is that what you call it?
Yep,
Sure,
that's good.
All right.
And then crack some salt and pepper. Pretty good, more than you think you would need salt and pepper, honestly. We're gonna finish up this risotto, or at least get started on it. So you're gonna wanna put about, actually, garlic. Got the garlic. So now the garlic goes in, and I like a lot of garlic, so I'm gonna do about maybe 4 or 5 cloves in there.
Need an Altoid after that.
I heard that. So get that in there, and I'm gonna put about, just kind of roughly a cup of rice in there. And then stir that around, and we'll start putting the chicken stock in. And kind of the whole idea with risotto is you want to just put just enough for it to cover it, and then when it absorbs it, you kind of stir it around and add more stock to it. Stir that around a little bit. It's looking good. See how it's starting to thicken up?
Yeah. It's interesting on this side now because I like to be just at the table where people just eat. But
So
it's interesting seeing how it all comes together.
Yeah, man. So I mean, it's easy.
You say that.
You stir that. Yeah. We'll close this back up and let that cook, and I'll show you what we're gonna do with these steaks. So,
Big boy steak.
yeah. So I'm gonna take care of the big guy. You're gonna get the pretty good steak, but
Thanks.
so what I do is salt, pretty good amount, and then this is kind of a little 2-combo thing that I started doing a few years ago. So this is just garlic powder.
Is this a secret, Zach
This
Williams?
is a secret.
All right, secret Zach
I'm
Williams
giving this away here. This
recipe right here.
So this blackened seasoning right here, this it's Zatarain's blackened seasoning, and basically it's got a little bit of everything in it, and it is so good. And then what I do is take all the extra that's around and kind of just roll
There you go.
that in there. And the biggest thing too when you're cooking steaks that you want to do is always let them set out for 30 minutes to an hour to get to room temperature before you cook them. So that's kind of what you want to get. You want to get a shot of that? You're kind of wanting to look for that to start kind of getting thick. And so it's starting to get thick and kind of stick. Just kind of cover that again with some time to probably throw these steaks on.
Okay.
What do you think? Especially
I'm
these
ready.
big ones. So take this first one.
Now this is a bone-in ribeye.
Bone in. So we're looking good there. I'm gonna shut this lid and let that cook for a few minutes.
It's like one of those Burger King commercials, but with better meat.
Yeah.
No,
It helps
it's
sometimes too to keep a little cup of water.
And it just looks cool when that smoke splashes up like that.
So if you take your hand right here and feel of that, that's rare. And that is medium rare.
Oh, you mean the
Yeah, so,
I'm like,
so basically
your
like
hands
that
rare?
right there,
Okay.
feel that? That feels like that. That's rare. So if you touch it there, you're gonna get a medium rare, then medium well, well done. That's kind of a good gauge to tell how to cook a steak.
I'm not gonna remember that, but that's good.
But I normally cook over pretty high heat the first little bit, especially on a steak this big. But those are looking great.
Now, why would you start with high heat and then tone it down? Oh,
To get that crust,
okay, to get the crispness on the
Mhm.
outside. Yeah.
we're gonna throw this
Man.
asparagus on, kind of right there behind it.
Okay, now last time you were here, it was over a year ago
Yeah.
when you did this. I'm wondering when we're getting some new Zach Williams music.
We're not far off.
Yeah?
I've been working on a new record, writing some new songs. There'll be some new music coming out next year.
Can we expect anything different, or are we gonna be like, yeah, that's the Zach Williams?
I think you're gonna be like, yeah, that's the Zach Williams. But there's gonna be some, maybe even a few of the songs on the record that kind of really take me back to my southern roots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll tell you some new music that's coming out in September of this year. We just went about 3 weeks ago and recorded a live record in a prison
cool.
here in Nashville, and it'll be coming out with the last single on this record in September. So
That's
I'm excited
awesome.
about it. It was cool to go in and be a part of that and just
Yeah.
see some smiles on some of those guys' faces and just kind of
That's
spend the day
incredible,
with them.
man.
So I'm gonna add some Parmesan and a little more salt and pepper to that risotto. And I usually do about a cup of Parmesan there.
That looks good, man.
So that is done right there. So typically what I do here towards the end of the steak cooking process, I'm gonna check that. That one's feeling good. Pull this bad boy off.
Meat.
So that feels about like a medium. All right, we're gonna try this and see if
Taste the risotto.
it needs anything. It's probably gonna be pretty hot, so.
That's legit.
That's really good. I don't think it needs anything.
You did it.
That's
Actually, I
good.
think I did that. That was
You
on me. That was
you're
on
a
me.
big part.
Yeah, I did all that. Have you thought about post-music career, doing some cooking, like being a chef?
I'm not gonna lie, I think about it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, if one day I get to do anything, we'll open a restaurant or something like that. So
It seems like that's a trend now. Like a lot of artists are opening restaurants, especially the country artists, you know.
try that.
It'd be fresh to see Zach Williams
Yes, sir.
restaurant.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness, dude.
We
Zach Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
let's go.